1, 2, 2. You can hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Check 1, 2. Check.
You can't hear me? I'll have to scream a little louder here.
He's got the bigger windscreen than I do too, so he's in charge.
Good, Joe?
Yeah, I'm good.
Think we're good? All right. All right, let's do this thing. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to beautiful Robinson Park here in Wisconsin Rapids as we get you ready for sectional semifinal girls softball here on Zaleski Sports. Team Aves alongside Joe Anderson bringing you this one on this picture, just gorgeous Tuesday afternoon here in central Wisconsin. And it's going to be a good matchup, two 17-win teams, both getting through the regionals. Don't want to say relatively easy, but picking up some impressive wins. Columbus Catholic, a 15-0 win over Alma Center and 13-3 win over Pepin Alma, which you don't want to call it a comeback win, but they were down 3-0 early in that game, Joe.
Yeah, they hit their starting pitcher. I think it was the Luff girl. She was doing well, but she took a foul tip off when she was at bat in the third inning. Haley Zimmerman hit her in the foot with a ball, not intentionally. And then in the next inning, Zimmerman at bat and shot a line drive right off her shin. So she was working on two bad wheels as the game progressed, and that's when the wheels fell off the truck for Alma Pepin.
One of the best seasons for Columbus Catholic this year in school history. The first ever conference championship game, or first ever conference championship, second ever time being in the sectional semifinal. You've seen these girls a lot. You've seen this team a lot. What's impressed you about the camaraderie and this group of girls for Columbus?
They never quit. They get down. They may get down 2, 3, 4 runs, and all of a sudden they come back and they're ready to go. And the people you don't think are going to be big contributors come through in the clutch. They'll drop a really tight bunt. A couple girls have hit home runs. You would least expect it. And so they're going to be a tough game today.
Yep. The Assumption Royals coming in winners over Oliva Strump 10-0 and Port Edwards 11-1. Slow starts for Assumption in those two games, but nonetheless 10-run rules in those two, and it's always a special occasion to be able to host a sectional in softball with no neutral sites until a sectional final. And again, couldn't have asked for a much better afternoon here. Assumption, the defending Division V state champions with Ava Schill in the circle. These two teams played a couple of weeks ago. It was a rain-shortened game, but two teams, two schools that know each other really well, and it should be a fantastic matchup here today.
And speaking of the circle, you've got two pitchers that are players of the year in their respective conferences, in Haley Zimmerman and Ava Schill. I mean, this is going to be quite a pitcher's duel, I think.
Yep, absolutely. Going through the starting lineups here first for the visiting Columbus Catholic Dons. Joe, we'll let you do the honors for the Dons as he is the Columbus Catholic guy here.
Sierra Deeringer will lead things off at third base. Sam Casperson will bat second and play second base. Haley Zimmerman, the player of the year for the Eastern Clover Belt pitching, in the third spot. Akusha Yaboa bats cleanup and first base. Shelby Spada and bats fifth and plays center field. Mateus Schlafke, the catcher, is batting sixth. Raya Deeringer, the right fielder, bats seventh. Haley Hargraves is the DP and bats eighth. Caitlin Casperson is the number 9 hitter, and she's the shortstop, and Maggie Callahan is the left fielder. Great. It's a very strong lineup for Troy Zimmerman's Columbus Dons.
Goodness gracious, Steve. And a large roster, too, for, again, a school of Columbus's size. They've got 15, 16 girls on this roster, so it's we mentioned it before coming on the air. For the first 15 years of this century, they were 1-win, 2-win teams, and now to be able to turn the program around like Troy has and put a winning product on the field is confidence booster, not just for the girls but for a program up and coming as well.
And the coaching staff deserves all the credit. They have worked really hard. Coach Zimmerman, he has them prepared for every game.
Starting lineup for the Assumption Royals. Batting first and behind the plate is Kristen Casey. Batting second at first base, number 21, Anna Schooley. Batting third and in the circle is number 22, Ava Schill. Batting fourth and at shortstop, number 1, Claire Nelson. Batting fifth and in right field, number 26, Sadie Galbraith. Batting 6th and at second base is number 2, Macy Vollert. Batting 7th and at third base is number 12, Malia Colo. Batting 8th and in center field is number 8, Lydia Smits. And batting 9th and in left field is number 24, Ari Kavanaugh. So we will have the national anthem here in just a moment, and before the first pitch is offered, we'll go through some keys of the game. But before we get to that, we'd like to thank our game day sponsors, Rapid Sheet Metal, Sparhawk Trucking, and Scott Krug Realty. We'll put our headsets down. We'll hand it over to Lydia Smits.
For the singing of the national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Excellent job, Lydia. We appreciate you coming up and doing that.
Wonderfully done job once again by Lydia Smits. As we get started here in just a moment, Ava Schill in the circle for the Assumption Royals. And Joe, before we get to the start of this one, just some keys to this game for both teams. Both teams have struggled early on in the first or second innings of these regional games. What are some key points for both of these teams getting a sectional semifinal win here today?
As far as what I can add for Columbus, Haley Zimmerman every once in a while has one of those innings where 2 walks, base hit, she'll get in a bases loaded 1-out situation, and she's got to eliminate getting into those pickles where she's got to, they got to give up a run to get an out, whatever. But then when she's on, you can't hit her. She's just outstanding in the circle. Columbus has been known to drop bunts. People you would least likely think are going to hit a bunt, are going to lay down a bunt, will do it, and they do it very well. So the corner defense has to be ready to go.
Sierra Duringer will lead things off here for the Columbus Catholic Dons on, again, just a gorgeous Tuesday afternoon here in central Wisconsin. The winner is one step closer to a state tournament berth. They will be in New Lisbon on Thursday. They'll take on the winner of Seneca or Hillsborough. We'll keep an eye on that game. Seneca does a good job on Game Changer, or they go live on Game Changer. So we'll keep an eye on that one to see who the winner of this game will take on Thursday afternoon. It's supposed to be a scorcher. I mean, it's beautiful today. It's hot, but even hotter down in New Lisbon on Thursday. So if you're going to plan on going, whichever team wins, make sure you got plenty of water and plenty of sunscreen. I've never been to New Lisbon. Joe is close to New Lisbon.
Yeah, I grew up about 10 miles from there. The farm is about 10, 11 miles to the west. Hey, if anybody wants to help pick some rock and cut some brush after the game, you can come with me.
Offer stands. It probably won't be me. So
I'll take you through beautiful downtown Hustler. It's on the way on County A.
Throw down from Kirsten Casey, and we're about to get underway. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Rustic Redefine. They provide a boutique shopping experience with unique and affordable clothing and accessories to fit your individual style. Shop Rustic Redefine on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids. We mentioned this Columbus team, an up-and-coming, the fan base.
Very strong.
Yeah.
They're very supportive.
I heard myself echoing through the computer, and I had the volume on. The first pitch here from Ava Schill this afternoon is at 4:30 here in Wisconsin Rapids, and the first offering misses outside. Give you a weather here as well. It was hot all day. It's supposed to be hot all week Let's see what we got here. 89 degrees at first pitch. Not that long ago, we were up here in winter coats and hats, and that one misses outside 2-0.
I got sent home. It was too cold. The wind is blowing. Looks like it's blowing in from center.
Yeah, that's one thing. We'll mention it here in just a second. The 2-0 to Deeringer from Schill. Just misses outside, and Schill's behind 3-0. And we've mentioned it before. I've mentioned it on broadcast before, and they've kind of chuckled at me a couple times. But no matter if it's calm wind, calm something all around Wisconsin Rapids, it's always going to be windy here at Robinson Park.
Okay.
No matter which way it is blowing.
Like Wrigley.
And
3-1 is the
strike.
count.
Yep. Not a very gung-ho strike call, but
yeah, we've talked about that last night during the Shaps game. When I umpire, you know it's a strike.
3 balls and 1 strike. Ava Schill falling behind. Ava this year 13-1 on the year. The lone loss, that was going to be bunted. Colo and an out to Deeringer, and there's 1 up and 1 down. The one loss that Ava had this year was a in relief appearance. She came in to pitch against Auburndale in a bottom of the 7th. Because it was that doubleheader, and she gave up a walk-off 3-run home run to Sam Stanton, and that was the lone conference loss for Assumption this year.
Coach Zimmerman has been known to be very aggressive. Once he gets base runners on, he'll send them.
There's a swing and a miss from Sam Casperson. 357 this year. A home run to her repertoire. 17 of 17 stolen bases. 2 teams that like to run a lot. Columbus Catholic 77 of 82 on the base pass. Assumption 85 of 88. That was going to be line and caught by Claire Nelson.
Good catch by Nelson at short.
Not quite reminiscent of her championship ceiling catch in Madison last year, but that was a rocket by Sam Casperson. That was a nice catch.
Yep. Good defensive play by that young lady. This is Haley Zimmerman.
Eastern Clover Belt Conference Play of the Year for the Dons this year.
Unanimous choice.
And there's a strike.
One of only 2 seniors on the Dons team. She and Sierra Deeringer.
Yeah, that's one thing that was so hopeful here for Assumption this year, and rightfully so. They won a state championship last year and didn't have any seniors. And brought everybody back, added a couple parts. Ari Kavanaugh, one of those. And high hopes, obviously, for a pretty successful softball program. And Columbus Catholic, we mentioned it just during the pregame, an up-and-coming building program that Troy Zimmerman's put together very, very well. I was going to be hit into right.
Base hit for Zimmerman.
2-out base hit for Haley. Coming in at 455. That's her 16th base hit, or 16th single of the year. There we got there.
Sienna Adler. Yep.
Adler coming in to run for the pitcher. Just looking at the stats for Columbus Catholic, and you would send me a projected starting lineup, and seeing that Haley Zimmerman has all these hits and only like 3 or 4 runs scored, and then Sienna doesn't have any, or shouldn't say any, doesn't have a lot of at bats and has 20 runs scored, so comes in to run for the pitcher.
Yep. Akusia Yaboa, we'll see what she can do. She gets a hold of a pitch and she can drive it for extra bases.
Zimmerman and Yaboa, both pitchers on this team. There's an outside strike, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Appreciate everyone tuning in this afternoon. Sectional semifinal softball on Zaleski Sports. We'll give you some more updates throughout the afternoon here. We've got 6 games, 3 baseball, 3 softball this afternoon here on the network. The 0-1. Going to be lined back up the middle, and another base hit. So back-to-back 2-out base hits for Columbus Catholic, and they've got something going here with 2 down. Not a hard hit ball right off the end of the bat, but a perfect placement there by Yaboa.
Spotted, you got to watch out for the next batter for Columbus. She can drive it too. She had a home run against Alma Center Lincoln, straight away center field. What's the distances here?
210 down the lines. I would assume pretty even all around.
Okay.
First offering to Spada. Misses outside for a ball. That's 1-0. You got a couple of Marewood teams going at it in Auburndale. Stratford and Auburndale softball. First ever, from what Ashlyn Grimm told me after their game last Thursday, first ever regional championship for Auburndale softball.
Really?
Yeah. And that one gets away. It's going to be a pass ball as it was hit off of Kristen Casey's glove, and now there's two in scoring position for the Dons on a 2-0 pitch. So Auburndale Stratford. We've got Pacelli and Allman Bancroft, conference foes, going at it. And then 3 baseball games as well. Columbus Catholic and Blair Taylor. Pacelli and Lena. And Eau Claire North, Eau Claire Memorial Part 3.
Hey, Steve, I got to ask you, how much distance between the plate and the backstop?
Not much.
Okay, I was going to say.
I haven't.
I just wondered, because on a pass ball, will he send her or not? I mean, is it going to skip pretty far one way or the other? Okay.
I've seen a lot of people score
Okay.
not with ease, but
All right.
pretty easily.
All right.
2-1 here to Spada. 2 on, 2 out. Ava Schill steps off and asks for a new sign from the dugout area.
The Dons girls, they don't do the signs. They'll call out numbers. That's why they have the wristbands on. I don't know if there's yeah, they do the same thing. The
Yep.
Royals do. Yeah, okay.
Defensively, offensively, I don't know about pitching signs. The 2-1. 3-1 now. Schill falling behind. Ava coming in to today's game, a 1.31 ERA, 64 innings pitched. Again, I was just curious, going back last year in their state championship run, she threw 113 innings last year, only 64 coming into today. The 3-1 to Spada. Bunts and misses, and the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the visitor half of the first inning here in Wisconsin Rapids.
As I told you, he'll want to lay down a bunt when you least expect it.
Yeah, 3-1, 2 outs, and 2 runners on. Yeah, that's
Make the defense commit.
yeah. Schill wheels and deals in the circle. And got her looking to end the first inning. No runs, a couple of base hits, and 2 left on. We've played a half. It's Columbus Catholic, nothing. Assumption coming up. You're watching high school softball on Zaleski Sports.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great child care you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Catcher Kristen Casey.
Assumption will go Casey Schooley Schill here in the bottom of the first inning against Haley Zimmerman, Clover Belt East Player of the Year, 11-1 in the circle this year, 1.73 ERA, 69 innings pitched, 44 hits, 26 runs given up, 19 of them earned, and 85 strikeouts to go along with 27 walks. First offering to the speedy Kristen Casey, misses inside for a ball, and it's 1-0.
Both leadoff hitters for each team left-handers.
Yeah, there's a lot of Assumption's got 3 or 4, maybe a few more than that, lefties.
Okay.
3 of their first 4 hitters are left-handed. So with Casey, Schill, and Nelson. That was going to be grounded over to second and retires Kristen Casey, 1 up and 1 down.
Good job by Casperson at second base.
Talked to Rob Schill and Charlie Nelson before the game, the co-head coaches for the Assumption Royals, and they were talking about how a couple of weeks ago they couldn't, for the life of them, get this field dried out, and now the last week or so they haven't been able to get enough moisture into the field. They said this last weekend they've put sprinklers, sprinkled it all this weekend, and
right.
They said there's been about 16 hours of water on this field this last weekend, and can still see how dry and how tough it is.
Now, is that an advantage to the Royals if it's a little bit harder playing surface?
Could be.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, not.
I just go back to way back when the St. Louis Cardinals used to play in that turf in Old Bush,
Yeah.
and they loved the turf. They could run on it pretty fast.
A brand new infield this last early spring here at Robinson Park, and it's 1-2 to Anna Schooley. Off-speed pitch there from Haley Zimmerman.
That's one of her trademarks. She's got a very good changeup.
We've seen a couple of those. Ashley Jankowski from Newman Catholic had what some would call an ephus pitch, just super slow, and missed high to Schooley, and it's 2-2. Yeah, she would zoom them in there, and then her changeup would just be just a lofter. It was.
Mm-hmm. And it throws you all off.
Yep. And Newman Catholic, speaking of Ashley Jankowski, Newman Catholic in a sectional semifinal today as well in girls softball. Beat up on Florence last week, 18-4. Not sure where they're at today, but they're playing in a sectional semifinal.
That must be in the Northeast.
Yep. And that was going to be grounded over to third, gobbled up, and there's 2 away.
Good job, Sierra Deeringer, on the good throw. She's really played well at third base. She started out as catcher and moved over to third about 5 games into the season.
And now Ava Schill, the Assumption pitcher.
Ava Schill.
Schill coming into this afternoon, a 537 mark at the plate, 18 singles, 9 doubles, pair of home runs. Maddie Abbott is the courtesy runner for Ava if she gets on. Now it's fouled back and it's 0-1. Claire Nelson and Sadie Galbraith if the inning continues here for Assumption. As a team, 393 on the year, 199 base hits, 3 home runs, 2 for Ava Schill and 1 for Anna Schooley. Off-speed misses high, and it's 1-1. A very low mark, I guess you could say, for Assumption. Last year, I think Anna Schooley as a freshman had 6 or 7 home runs.
Okay.
Assumption as a team had double digits, and this year just 3. So slow start at the plate and off and on playing and not playing. That was going to be hit over to short, and it's bobbled, and it's thrown away. And there's going to be a runner at first base for Assumption with 2 outs.
Yaboa, a very good first baseman, but just if she could be like 2 more inches taller, that's one of the drawbacks.
As you saw in the first couple of hits, or a couple of ground balls, that she was able to stretch and get those, especially with the speedy Kristen Casey and Anna Schooley. Just a little bit too far out of her reach that time. Now Maddie Abbott will run.
Caitlin Casperson at short sometimes has that tendency to sail the balls a little high when she guns them over.
Claire Nelson at the plate. The third place spot in RBIs this year for Assumption. Maddie Abbott filling her role as a courtesy runner. That was going to be hit over to second and backhanded. What a play, and she's going to be safe at second base. What a play at second. And a hustle play there for Maddie Abbott. What a play that was at second base for Sam Casperson, and now Troy Zimmerman out to have a conversation with our base umpire. Or one of them. Again, three-man umpiring crew tonight in a sectional.
I think he wants to know, did she pull her foot, or because the force was at second.
Yep.
Did she tag her? Did she pull the foot, or did she get the tag, or both? I mean, that's the whole thing. He's kind of been snake bitten before. The game against Neelsville, it was a close
Yeah.
play at home.
Yeah.
And if you watched it, we weren't sure what the call was going to be. But
Now they're going to have a conversation here with our home plate umpire, and our other guy's going to trek over. And while that happens, we hear from Mobile Link in Wisconsin Rapids. They're your go-to for car and boat services, including window tinting, remote start, and accessorizing. And they've come to the conclusion that Maddie Abbott is going to be safe.
that's good communication, though, umpire-wise. Speaking as an umpire, I mean, you want to communicate and make sure everybody's on the same page.
Those are winning plays if you're Sam Casperson diving and making a stop and not allowing that ball to get to the outfield. That was a good play. That first offering to Sadie Galbraith is good for a strike, and it's 0-1. So we've seen it so far in the first inning. Both teams getting 2 quick outs in their defensively, and then with 2 outs, you got a couple of base runners. The 0-1 is high to Sadie Galbraith and evens it up at a ball and a strike.
This is sometimes where Columbus gets in trouble, where they'll get in a pickle like this. This young lady may get on, and now you got bases loaded and 2 outs, and they have tendency to get out of it, but you don't want to get into these spots if you can help it.
Off-speed pitch is good for a strike, and it's 1-2. Haley Zimmerman coming back to Matea Schlafke. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Zimmerman wheels and deals. And that was going to be hit into left field, and they're going to send Abbott. She rounds third. The throw from Callahan's going to be cut off, and the Royals are on the board. Good piece hitting there for Sadie Galbraith, and the Royals are on the board here in the bottom of the first. A screamer past third, and Sadie comes up with a big RBI here in the first inning.
Number 2, second baseman Macy Ballard.
Now Macy Fowler with 2 on and 2 out.
It's always hard to get that third out.
First offering to Macy is swung on and missed. Hit a ball in the dirt. Wanted to jump all over that first pitch fastball, and Haley said, we'll just throw in the dirt and see what happens. Nelson at second, Galbraith at first. Off-speed pitch, good for a strike, and it's no balls and 2 strikes to Macy Vollert. Macy this year, 10 strikeouts for the Royals second baseman, sometimes pitcher. The 0-2 to Haley, or from Haley, missed high. Good snag back there by Matea Schlafke, and it's 1-2.
Not too many get past Matea and behind the dish.
Talk about how good the 2 pitchers are. We got two top-tier catchers as well. And that one's over the head of Vollert. Kristen Casey going to lacrosse in the fall to play some ball.
UW or Viterbo?
UW,
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
The 2-2. Foul straight back. And you said only 2 seniors on this Columbus team, so Matea's not not one of those 2. So
Correct, right.
Where's Haley Zimmerman going to school?
Iowa State.
All right.
I think she's going in marketing.
That's
Marketing of some sort, yeah.
That's pretty sweet. 2-2. Rolls in there, and Nelson to third, and just snuck past. It didn't even get past Schlafke. It bounced in there, and it trickled away for a quick second. And the count runs full now.
Now, if you're Zimmerman, you got to take care of business right here.
The payoff coming back. Going to be hit over to third and foul. It remains 3-2.
And Macy Vollert, with the base hit's going to really open this game up.
Steve Maves, Joe Anderson, Robinson Park. Sectional semifinal girls softball here on Zaleski Sports. Glad you're joining us. Haley Zimmerman wheels and deals on the 3-2. Going to be line to right, over on it. It's going to just drift foul. And Macy would have had the chance to keep on running. And just drifted foul on her.
Yeah, the 2 seniors for Columbus, Deeringer at third and Haley Zimmerman, the pitcher. Big shoes to fill next year. I mean,
Zimmerman comes back and fouled it back and off of Schlafke. We mention it all the time that have all that padding and it'll always find the skin and the muscles that aren't quite covered up. And she took a foul right off the arm, it looked like. But a good battle here. Remains 3-2. Haley Zimmerman and Macy Vollert.
and if you're the plate umpire, you like being behind good defensive catchers because you can stay in and wait on the pitch and know you're not going to get drilled.
And the 3-2. And missed, bit high, and the oohs and ahs from the Columbus Catholic side. A lot of fans here from Marshfield, and rightfully so. Got one heck of a team. And now Malia Colo, bases juiced and 2 outs for the senior, going to Madison in the fall. UW-Madison. Joe kind of reminded me that there's more than one school in a city, so.
She may run into my daughter who just got hired at the U.
I think Malia's going for pre-med or something with something well above my knowledge.
Well, my daughter's just finishing up her master's, and she's going to be working in campus and visitor relations.
The 0-1 is a check swing. They're going to say she went around, and it's 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. No 2 count to senior Malia Colo.
Zimmerman playing highway to the danger zone in her head right now.
The 0-2 missed outside. Good wasted pitch there from Haley. See if she could get her to chase on one outside. That's you mentioned a good sign of a good catcher, a good sign of a good pitcher as well. Moving the strike or moving the eye level of the hitters, and got her looking to end. On the off-speed pitch, Royals score once. They leave 3. We've played an inning complete. It's a 1-0 Assumption. You're watching high school softball, Zaleski Sports.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Up to $150 back on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card through June 30th at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Leading off for the Dons, number 29, catcher Matea Schlafke.
Schlafke to lead things off here in the top half of inning number 2. Royals got on the board in the bottom of the first with a 2-out base hit from Sadie Gelbreth, and now the Dons back at the plate. See if they can answer right back, and Ava Schill deals a strike to begin here in the top of the second inning.
Boy, that young girl can really pop the ball in the mitt.
Speaking of seniors going places, the Ava Schill going to just missed a bit high, maybe outside. Ava Schill going to Green Bay, UW Green Bay. All right.
Sorry to make you
no, that's good. Got to clarify here. Going to UW Green Bay, being a Phoenix for Phoenix softball team in the fall. The 1-1 misses high and away, and it's 2-1. Yeah, I guess you don't really realize that. You say they're going to lacrosse, you would just assume, or I would. But you got Viterbo, Green Bay's got St. Norbert's. They got all these other places to go. The 2-1. Going to be lifted right field side and foul. Would have been over near where we used to set up, but once we got invited up here to the press box, I haven't been kicked out, so it's.
I'm doing my best not to mess that up too. Hanging around with two great guys up here.
It's the final game of the spring at Robinson Park, win, lose, or draw. So, and once we come back in the spring, it could be 30 degrees and snowing again. So, or next year when we do games, that was going to be knuckled foul and remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. We talk about it all the time. We send it through messages in email on Zaleski Sports, but the unfortunate, you go to schools like Hurley and Butternut and all these schools up north.
Yes.
They're lucky to play 5 games a year. It's.
Didn't Rhinelander play in their dome?
Yeah, probably all spring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one advantage for the Hodags, but you always enjoy playing outside.
I'll tell you something about Lakeland after this. Funny one.
The 3-2. Going to be grounded over to Nelson at short, and there's one away here in the second inning.
Went up to Judge Soul Ensemble up there a couple years ago, pre-COVID, and early March. I looked out and at the track, and they had a little trail all the way around the track, and it was 6 feet of snow all the way around.
First offering low and in.
Raya Deeringer had a massive home run against Spencer a couple weeks ago to left field. She's got power when she gets a hold of it.
As Joe mentioned before, maybe during pregame or before we even went on the air, maybe not a surprisingly powerful team, but they've got a lot of power on this young Dons team.
They have been known to have some pop in their bats, and from people you least expect. Yep. Raya, for example, with that, she's had a couple home runs. And
yeah, a 333 on the year, 15 driven in. A team that doesn't strike out a lot either for the Dons. Just, what do I got on here? 87 walks to just 43 strikeouts in 20 games. That's pretty good numbers. 2 strikeouts a game. That's pretty unheard of it for some of these schools. The 2-1 from Ava. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
And it depends on the strength of your conference too. I'm not sure how strong the Royals conference is, but Eastern Clover Belt, you had that battle between Neillsville and Columbus, and then it was
everybody else.
It kind of dropped off.
Yeah. The 2-2 coming back. Missed outside. Count runs full again to Raya Deeringer.
And ironically, Spencer, who hadn't won a game all year, won their first game of the year, but in the first round of the regional.
Nice. Well, that was like we'll talk here in just a second. The 3-2 from Ava Schill. And a one-out walk to Raya Deeringer. But in the College Baseball World Series, you see Tulane 19-40, and they won their conference championship. And so they got into the College Baseball World Series when you're 21 games under 500. So that's get hot at the right time. Now they have to go to Baton Rouge and play LSU. But yeah, that's quite the 19-40 to get into the tournament when you win your conference tournament. So pretty impressive.
And this is Haley Hargraves. I gotta always say that her grandparents are Harry and Sue Tofar. Harry was a teacher and principal over at Spencer. I've known him forever. He always calls me Curly. If you don't know me, I'm follically challenged. The only one with a full head of hair up here is Steve.
I just got mine cut last week, so I needed it bad. There's a strike. Throw down, and back in time is Deeringer. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Haley Hargraves.
I had my son cut my hair over the weekend. I think he cut it a little bit shorter than usual. It's a little stubbly, and I like it. So,
no balls and 2 strikes. We play here in the top of the second inning. 5 o'clock here in Central Wisconsin. Steve Maves, Joe Anderson, Robinson Park, Columbus Catholic, and Assumption Here in a sectional semifinal softball matchup, Royals scored 1 in the bottom of the first inning with 2 outs. The Dons threatened in the top of the first with 2 in scoring position. And now there's 1 on and 1 out here for Columbus Catholic. And got her looking on a low outside pitch, and there's 2 away. Tough pitch to take there from Haley Hargraves, and that's even not just a hard one to take, but a hard one to swing and hit, too. That was a perfectly placed pitch for Ava Schill.
Ava Schill, she's got the goods, that's for sure.
Other Division 5 sectionals. We talked about Pacelli and Almond Bancroft. McDonald is hosting Athens. Throw down to second, and they got her to end the second inning. A caught stealing. We'll tell you more about Division 5 softball when we get back here on Zaleski Sports.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Don't let pain or mobility issues keep you from enjoying life. Let our physical therapy doctors and our staff at Roberts Physical Therapy help you recover your ability to move easily and live free of aches and pains, providing effective individual treatment plans. Whether you're experiencing problems with balance and mobility, you're experiencing pain in your low back, or you're dealing with any other physical challenges, we'll take care of you. For more information on how we can service your needs, contact us today.
Lydia Smits, our national anthem singer at the plate here for the Assumption Royals. Be Smits, Kavanaugh, and then back to the top of the order for Assumption, leading 1-0. We mentioned those. Newman Catholic.
Number 8, center fielder Lydia Smith.
Newman Catholic up at Wabeno Leona today. The Rebels, again, they just keep on rolling in girls sports. Does Wabeno Leona made it to state in basketball? Now it's going to be lifted to right center field, twisting around and making the catch for the first out in center field is Shelby Spada. Helping a lot, I think. I guess the flag wasn't blown out, but had her all twisted around.
Seems to be kind of blowing kind of from right to left almost.
And now Ari Kavanaugh for the Royals, the freshman left fielder. Athens is at McDonald. We got Drummond playing. Drummond lost to Thorpe last year in Athens. First one to Kavanaugh, misses low for a ball. So Pacelli and Almond will play the winner of Newman Catholic and Wabeno Leona. The winner of this game will head down to New Lisbon on Thursday and play the winner of Seneca or Hillsborough. That game, I believe, just started. That was going to be hit hard to right field and foul.
Well, I could be around. I don't have far. Yeah, I know.
What do we got over here?
I walked right into that one.
And the other side is three of the top teams. That's why that section over there is so hard. You got the four teams left in sectional 4 are Highland, Belmont, Oakfield, and Barneveld. Assumption beat Barneveld last year in a state championship game, but those three of the top. That one's outside, good for a strike, 2-2. But just looking at some of the some of the rankings, maybe 3 or 4 of the top 5, 6, 7 teams are in that same section. So
Highland is where I started my teaching career, and their coach is one of my former students.
High chopper over to short plate, and Kavanaugh is going to reach on a base hit.
That was a tough hop.
I think it looked like she may have spiked it right off a home plate. So that was.
Yeah, it's one of those. Do you charge it? Do you lay back and?
Now Ari Kavanaugh at first with one out here for Kristen Casey. Kristen a ground out in her first plate appearance. see how aggressive the Royals on the base paths are. Speedy Ari Kavanaugh over at first base with one out. And there she goes. Throw down to second, not in time, and the 86th stolen base for the Royals this season. To be able to have a player as good as Ari is on the base path, she plays a lot of summer softball, very fast in the number 9 slot, to then have the top of the order is pretty big. And it's 2-0 now to Kristen Casey.
I mean, that seems to be the trend now. You used to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters were your weakest hitters. Now you always try to put one of your stronger ones in 8 or 9.
Was that Tony La Russa did that with the Cardinals for a long time, that he would bat his pitcher 8th and then have a speed guy as 9th. That's 3-0 to Kristen Casey. Brewers back in action tonight, heading north of the border in Toronto for a couple of games. 3 games, I think.
Where are the Dodgers tonight?
I don't know.
I got to look.
I was going to say, I thought you would know.
I should know. I should know.
The 3-0 to Kristen Casey and a one-out walk. 2 on for Anna Schooley. The Brewers coming up. Again, this is new this year for Major League Baseball. Everybody plays everybody this year. And just the Brewers' luck that in a week or two that they host the Oakland Athletics, who are 10-46. The Brewers will probably get swept by the
oh, yeah.
Just their luck. And that one's outside, and it's 1-0.
I've been kind of paying attention to that whole stadium drama with Oakland and Las Vegas. We're not going to get into it here, but just go on YouTube. Brody Brazil talks about it. It's just a mess.
Yeah, they sent out some renderings late last week. Their proposed stadium is right where the Tropicana Hotel is, right on the Strip in Las Vegas.
In the back corner.
Yeah.
They're going to try to build a 9-acre dome stadium, and the smallest one that with a retractable dome is Milwaukee. That's 12 acres.
And I think there's the 2-0, and it's 3-0 to Anna Schooley. They can't get a lot of people to go to their games anyway, but I think the capacity is maybe only 30,000. Yes. So that's... Yeah.
Again, go to YouTube. Look up Brody Brazil. He'll give you. I've been watching him. It's a mess.
The 3-0 to Anna Schooley, and there's a strike. There's 7 in a row out of the zone for Haley Zimmerman before that strike to Anna Schooley. Ava Schill awaits on deck for the Royals, leading 1-0. Bottom of the second inning.
Tell you, talking about parks, this is a beautiful park to play in. It's just really nice.
The 3-1 off speed, good first strike, and it's 3-2. And if you haven't been to Robinson, hopefully, I would assume anyway, that the grounds will be cut on Thursday after No Mo May is over. But this place, other than in the park, it's very, very long around here. That was going to be hit back up the middle, and Ari Kavanaugh is going to score. Kristen Casey's going to third. They're going to hold her there in an RBI double for Anna Schooley. They had Anna played so far to, they had Shelby Spada so far into left center field, and Anna put that one right where she wasn't, and the Royals lead 2-0. Now Schill with 2 in scoring position with 1 out.
But don't get too excited here, Columbus fans. I mean, they were down to they were down in the third, and they just exploded in the fourth the other night.
Yeah, with a team with the power and the will, as you mentioned, of this Columbus team, it's never count them out. First one pops out of the mid of Schlafke, and it's 1 ball, no strikes.
They're going to have their hands full with this Royals team, though, too. They're good.
Sack Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids is your go-to for residential and commercial computer repair, custom-built desktops, off-site backup, and mobile repair. Look to Zach Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids, and that one's going to get down. A little oopsie swing, and they're going to send Schooley the slide, and not in time. And Schill's going to make her way to third base, and a 2 RBI double for Ava Schill. Wow, what an oopsie swing that was for Ava, and it turns out to bring in 2 runs for the Royals. Talk about the Bermuda Triangle in no man's land right behind third base, and that was a very tough play, and the Royals scored twice.
They have Sierra Dieringer playing quite in front of that third base bag, and it was just right in between. There's such a gap between her and the left fielder, Maggie Callahan.
Maddie Abbott comes in to run. 2 RBI double there for Ava Schill. She reached third on the throw home. And it's 4-0 Assumption here in the bottom of the second inning, still with 1 out for Claire Nelson. This is high and in for a ball. Unlock the best home, auto, commercial, and personal loans in the Rapids area at Key Savings Bank. No matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank has the personal touch to put you at ease. Dream big of small rates at Key Savings Bank. The 1-0 to Claire is at off speed and a good one. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualowasa.com to find an agent near you. I think that's when Len was in elementary school, right? 1875.
Second grade.
Got to get my jabs in every once in a while.
I remember that round joke about myself.
A little meeting between Claire Nelson and Charlie Nelson. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. That's going to be hit over to short, gobbled up there. Abbott will score, and a high throw, and they're going to tag her at first. But a run will score on the ground out to short. Good play there by Yaboa to get down and get the tag on Nelson. 2 away now for Sadie Galbraith, brought in the first run of the game for the Royals back in the first inning.
7th batter of the inning for the Royals.
Nobody on. Base is empty with 2 outs. First one to Sadie is good for a strike right at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Zimmerman wheels and deals. There's a swing and a miss out on her front foot on the off speed, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. High and tight to Sadie Galbraith, one of the 4 seniors on this Assumption team. Ava Schill, Kristen Casey, Sadie Galbraith, and Malia Colo, the 4 seniors for Assumption. That's going to be hit backhanded by Yaboa. A nice play over there, and that ends the Royals' second inning. They score 4, they leave 0. We've played it 2 complete. It's 5-0 Assumption. Watching high school softball, Zaleski Sports.
The Midstate Technical College Healthcare Simulation Center, in a partnership with Aspirus, is a state-of-the-art interdisciplinary healthcare simulation center. It provides specialized spaces and simulation technology equipped with medium and high-fidelity mannequins and other equipment to create complex healthcare training scenarios. Visit our website at mstc.edu/simcenter.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Speaking of food and looking at all that stuff, just saw some stuff from Grassland down there, and man, best in the biz right there, Grassland Dairy, that's for sure.
When the wind blows just right, I can smell it from my bedroom window. I live about 4 miles away.
Backhanded that time by Schooling, a very similar play that Yaboa just had to end the bottom of the second. Again, we can't thank you all enough for tuning in to Zaleski Sports today. All spring, all winter, all fall. We'll have Legion baseball coming up in a very short period of time. Joe had his first Chaparrals game last night.
That was a hoot.
Those are always a fun outing. The Chaparrals and the Red Hawks will have many games of both of those teams this summer. So we'll, again, Legion not too far away.
This is Sierra Deringer. I always call her the spark plug. She's just got that burst of energy when she plays. Nicknamed her that during the basketball season. She's a nice young lady, and she and her sister Raya are quite the horse people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, competitive horse riding. And think, wow,
that's awesome.
They listed what they did, and it's like, holy smokes.
I've always been amazed by equestrian, as they call.
Well, I've ridden a horse 3 times.
Yeah.
Fell off twice. Third time I was scared to death, and I thought, nope, that's why I ride a motorcycle. That's what I ride. I admire him. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I've never been on. That was going to be lifted to left center. Backing up is Lydia Smits and making the nice catch on the run in left center field for the second out. That's a much tougher play than it might seem. That as easy as Lydia just made it with the ball tailing away from her and being able to get the right angle and track it down.
And the wind doesn't help either.
Yep.
I mean, and you don't know. You see the flag flopping there, but you don't know what way it's.
Yep.
That was a good play by that young lady in center.
Nobody on, 2 outs here for Sam Casperson. That was going to be popped up to center, and Sam is on with 2 outs here for the Dons. Now I always go back and obviously they made a movie about Secretariat, but I always love going back and listening to Larry Cullum call American Pharaoh's Triple Crown at the horse racing is beyond impressive. It's a lot of fun to watch. And just back in time is Casperson over at first.
I remember watching the Secretariat race. The Secretariat's chief rival was a horse called Ruffian. Beautiful horse, and it was riding and broke its leg in the backstretch. They had to put her down, but Ruffian was such a beautiful horse and tried so hard, but no one was going to take Secretariat. Nobody.
The 1-0 to Haley Zimmerman is good for a strike. Nope. Yep. Okay. I don't know. It looks like a strike, but you can't hear anything, and he takes so long to.
He's not Don Dinkinger.
1 ball and 1 strike. That's going to be grounded over to Nelson at short, and that'll end the 3rd inning here for Assumption. Defensively, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We've played 2.5. It is 5-0 Royals. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Power & Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Brown Fine Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet, and going on now through the end of May, the Spring Tire Plus event, which means huge saving on select tires. $50 rebates, $70 rebates, up to $100 rebates on select tires. Going on now through May 31st.
Bottom of the 3rd inning here at Robinson Park, and Macy Vollard to lead things off here for the Assumption Royals, second baseman. I will give a shout out to Macy. She's a wonderful young lady and heck of a babysitter too. Her and Ava Schill come and watch the kids every once in a while. Oh, geez. Yeah, probably got to give a shout out. Plenty of shout outs tonight, but we will here in just a moment as it's 2-0 to Macy Vollard. Today is obviously May 30th. About 2 years ago to the day or to the hour, Jackson was born. My 2-year-old just turned 2 today, so happy birthday to the little man.
My 29-year-old was born on May 26th.
Really? Yeah. That one misses inside, and it's 3-0. Yeah, we have we'll talk about it here in a moment, and the 3-0 here from Haley Zimmerman to Macy Vollerts right down the middle. I don't know what it is about the end of September in my family, but we have birthdays, and my daughter's birthday is September 20th, but my mom's is the 19th. My daughter's is the 20th. My brother's is the 22nd. My cousin's is the 24th, and my brother's baby is due on the 29th. So it's huh? Yeah.
I was waiting for him to say that. I didn't want to do it.
Nonetheless, 3 balls and 2 strikes and nobody out. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out to Macy Vollerts. Sun has luckily just about disappeared here in the press box, which helps us tremendously keep our equipment a little bit cooler.
Steve, I got to mention this, that you and I both kind of have special relations with both of these teams. I mean, when you cover a team for so long, and you get some friendships and whatnot, and it's just really fun to do this game with you and interject with you what we know about each other's team.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you've been able to – there's a strike to Malia Colo. Beautiful off-speed pitch there from Haley Zimmerman. Ever since you've joined Zaleski Sports, we've been able to get you over to Columbus for basketball and softball, obviously, a handful of baseball games. But being able to, as you mentioned, intertwine and get to know these kids – and their parents and the coaches, it's pretty special relationships that you're able to gain. And that's one thing that is kind of special about this job, obviously covering high school sports and covering a certain team at a certain school. It's nothing beats it. The 0-2 misses outside. It's 1-2 to Malia Colo.
Well, it's nice to know when you got kids who you've been covering and from Columbus and taught in Loyal for all those years, and then Columbus kids, hey, coming to my graduation party. Oh, cool, okay.
A 1-2. And
that hit her, didn't it?
It sounded like it hit her hand, and then she said it hit the knob, and there's no argument there from Malia.
Okay. It had that sound.
Yeah. Yep. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Off speed misses high, 3-2.
That sound is a technical term.
Get you a score here from Seneca. It's 4-0 Seneca over Hillsboro. They're in the top of the second. So the winner of this one will play the winner of that one in New Lisbon on Thursday. The 3-2. And got her looking.
Good off-speed pitch.
Second time that Malia Colo has gone down via the backwards K. The first time the bases were loaded. And now Lydia Smits had a fly out to center her first time up.
She's been known to get that change-up strikeout call.
Very effective with how good her fastball is, and then change up with that changeup has been pretty good.
And you got 2 pitchers that up and down, in and out, change speeds. Yep.
Vollert from first with 1 out. Misses high for a ball. Vollert to second, and she's going to steal second base. See if we can get you a score from Jack Hackman Field here as well. It's the Dons and the Wildcats from Blair Taylor. And boys baseball over at Jack Hackman Field. That's a 4-5. The winner of that one will head to Oliva. Popped up, and that was going to fall. And she's going to be safe at first. An infield base hit for Lydia Smits. We saw how hard she hit it the first time to center field. That time a knuckle shot to first. And that's a tough play all around for Yaboa. But
and that's the kind of hits that win games for a team, just and getting people on base and advancing the runners.
Now 2 on and 1 out for Ari Kavanaugh here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Score from Jack Hackman Field, 2-0 Dons over Blair Taylor in the bottom of the second inning. Winner heads to Oliva tomorrow. Likely. Assumption is in Oliva tonight for baseball. Oliva, one of the top teams in the entire state for high school baseball. Other scores from the Zaleski Sports Network here today. Bottom of the second in Plover, 2-0 Pacelli over Allman Bancroft. From Buchholz Park, it's Lena 2, Pacelli 1 in baseball. That's a 7-2. Lena up 2-1. Obviously, we know the score of this game. Eau Claire North up 1-0 on Memorial. And the big Merriwood South one. Stratford up 3-1 on Auburndale. Bunt by Kavanaugh. The throw home is not in time. It's dropped by Schlafke. Kavanaugh is going to take second, and the Royals lead 6-0. Would have been a tough play to get. And a good slide there as Schlafke couldn't quite hang on to it, and the Royals lead 6-0 with 2 on and 1 out for the top of the order.
Now batting number 35, catcher Kristen Casey.
Hit them where they ain't. Make them make the play.
And now Kristen Casey. And a time call. Perfect. Here from Fleet Farm. Sign up for Fleet Rewards and get great deals sent straight to you. Plus, you'll earn points on every purchase made in-store or online. Sign up now at fleetfarm.com. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Spectrum Benefit Solutions has offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook. Get started today. Crystal Finishing Systems is a family-owned business hiring for both their Weston and Mosinee locations with openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com. Meeting in the circle is finished. And now back to the top of the order for Kristen Casey. Geez, what game is that? Got a lot of people watching our game. Appreciate you all. A lot watching the other Merriwood South game. That's Stratford and Auburndale. 2 on, 1 out for Kristen Casey. That was low and away. Just 1-0. This could be a big bottom of the third inning here if Royals are able to break this game open even more at the top of the order.
Another highway to the danger zone spot.
Low and away, 2-0 to Kristen Casey. Columbus Catholic, I jotted this down here, and Joe and I mentioned, we talked a little bit about it during the broadcast, but for about the first 15 years of this century for Columbus Catholic, they were not good. Yeah.
They were just not very good, no.
And then 2019, they lost in a regional final to Newman. 2021, they lost in a sectional semifinal against Independence Gilmanton after beating the number 1 team, Bangor. And then last year lost to a state qualifier, Thorpe, in the second round. That one's high and tight on Kristen Casey, 3-1. So a team that has continued to build, a program that continues to build and grow, and I think pretty bright future for this Don softball program. Yeah, and 2 seniors, yep. The 3-1 to Kristen. And a strike on the inside. Corner count runs full.
One of those seniors, yes, there's only 2, but one of them is Haley Zimmerman,
yeah.
pitcher, and your third baseman, and Sierra Deringer.
The 3-2. Going to be hit over to short. Gobbled up there. Nice play across, not in time. And an infield base hit, RBI for Kristen Casey. And runners at the corners with 1 out now for Anna Schooley, and it's 7-0 Assumption. Now that was a nice play over at short by Caitlin Casperson, but Kristen Casey just a tad too quick, especially when you get that couple step head start on the slap out of the left-handed batter's box.
Mm-hmm.
Now 2 on. See how long Kristen stays at first. Probably not very. And there she goes. It's dropped. And Kristen Casey now 31 for 31, taking bases.
And only 1 out yet.
Yep. Kicks and fires. Misses high to Anna Schooley.
Zimmerman's got to keep her head up and keep firing strikes. She can't get down on herself.
Yeah, you got an offense that can score runs. Can score a lot. And got to get out of an inning and see what your offense can do. They've had base runners that have the Dons. Just
she's a very deliberate pitcher. Just watch after this pitch.
They're going to be lifted foul and out of play, left field side.
She'll always walk back behind the circle and gather herself.
Ended up on the highway, yeah. I will tell you what, though, and we'll talk about a building that's going up close to my house here in town. That one's going to be lifted to right center field. That's trouble. That one's going to get all the way to the wall. 2 will score for the Royals. Schooley will round second, head to third, and a 2 RBI triple for Anna Schooley, and the Royals lead 9-0. We saw it last time that Anna was at the plate, how far they had Shelby Spada moved over to left field, and Anna Schooley put it in between the gap of the second baseman and second base last time and just drilled that one to right center field that time. And now Ava Schill with the runner at third is going to ground this one foul. But it's 6 weeks, maybe 2 months, that they cleared land and they laid the concrete, they laid the foundation, and Dollar General's going up. And, I mean, they get it built in 2 months. And it takes so long for everything else, but they can put a Dollar General up in a –
We'll go to Marshfield. They put 2 Quick Trips up.
Yeah?
In the span of about a year and a half. Can't turn around and bump into a Quick Trip.
1-1 here to Ava. That's going to be popped up, third base, and going to make the catch for the second out. There's a building here in town that where Shopco used to be. It's been vacant for a couple of years, and there finally some movement and stuff going in there, and it's good to see stuff going back. That one's going to be rocketed to right over the head of the right fielder, and Claire Nelson will truck into second base, and an RBI triple for Claire Nelson. And that was over the head of Raya Deeringer, and it's 10-0 Assumption. That's a tough read on a ball hit that hard. And now Sadie Galbraith.
Now batting number 26, right fielder Sadie Galbraith.
She's 1 for 2 in the afternoon.
Sadie brought in the first run of the game for the Royals in the first inning. Running can be hard. Goodness gracious. Let's try that again. After this pitch from Haley Zimmerman. There's a strike. Running can be hard on your body, whether you're training for marathons, competitive runs, or just for daily exercise. Turn to Roberts Physical Therapy to get moving, keep moving, and enjoy life on the run. Roberts Physical Therapy with locations in Amherst, Plainfield, and Wisconsin Rapids. The 1-1 to Sadie. It's going to be hit to third and under the glove of Deeringer, and Sadie Galbraith a couple of RBIs tonight, and the Royals lead 11-0.
This is the 10th batter of the inning coming up for the Royals here.
2 away for Macy Vollert. As the weather warms up, look to Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling in Wisconsin Rapids. They've got more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling. 0-1 to Macy Vollert. Just past 5:30 here in central Wisconsin. Steve Maves, Joe Anderson, Robinson Park, sectional semifinal softball action. And Voller's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Royals scored 1 in the first. Four in the second. And 6 so far here in the third. That was going to be driven to center, backing up, and nice play out there by Shelby Spada to get the Dons out of the third inning. Royals lead 11-0. You're watching high school softball. Zaleski Sports.
Rustic Redefined is the Wisconsin Rapids area's local boutique clothing store for women and children. Find a personalized shopping experience with excellent personal service and unique and trendy styles. Enjoy a great variety of always changing outfits, tops, purses, shoes, accessories, and so much more. Rustic Redefined has your unique style ready for you at an affordable price. Find your look on 8th Street South in Wisconsin Rapids, or keep up with all the newest options on Facebook at Rustic Redefined.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Top of the fourth inning here is the aforementioned Akusha Yaboa at the plate. Not aforementioned, we were just talking about her before we came on. So that was going to be popped up. Right field side for Galbraith and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the fourth inning.
Leadoff hitter for Columbus was number 18, first baseman Akusha Yaboa.
And now Shelby Spada had a nice play to end the third inning in center field. Nice young ball player is Shelby Spada.
Fielder Shelby Spada.
Score update from Seneca. That's chopped off the plate. And 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the fourth. Seneca was up 5-0 over Hillsboro. If the scores remain and the teams are the leaders right now, it'll be the Royals versus the Royals on Thursday in New Lisbon. Seneca changed their name about 3 or 4 years ago, I believe.
They used to be
the Indians.
Yes.
Yep.
They're called the Royals now?
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Yep.
Okay. Did not know that.
Yeah, didn't know much about Seneca, so just
it's up in the
Googled
hill country.
a little bit, and
it's in the hill country. DeSoto and Hills and Seneca and a lot of those Ridge and Valley teams.
Yeah, I've been to DeSoto. Assumption played football there 2 years ago.
Yep.
And then they went to 8-man, or DeSoto did. They have their football field plays down in that valley, and it's the 50-yard line, or their logo or whatever, the huge pirate. That was pretty sweet.
DeSoto, well-known football power back in the day.
The 2-1. That was going to be popped up and out of play. From what I remember, they might still hold a state record or something that they were in the playoffs for 35 years in a row or something in football.
Yes. We always made the joke if when you were born in DeSoto, they put a football on your crib.
The 2-2 from Schill. There's a swing and a miss. Schill needs 1, 2, and 5, 7 pitches to get out of the fourth inning. We've played 3.5. Royals lead 11-0. You're watching high school softball, Zaleski Sports.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Malia Colo at the plate for the Royals against Haley Zimmerman. 11-0 Assumption. Do have a defensive change for the Dons behind the plate. There's a swing and a miss by Malia. Who do we got back there, Joe?
Ashley Weiler, number 21. Matea Schlafke kind of been feeling a little under the weather the last few days, and hats off to her to make it through at least 3 with all that gear on in 90-degree weather, as we talked about in the break. Yes.
I can't stand in shorts and a shirt in 90 degrees weather without. And Joe's wearing khaki pants, so that's.
I know where I'm going tonight. I'm going to Marshfield, where even during a drought you can have mosquitoes.
Yeah. 1-2 to Malia Colo here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
It's sort of like the Elroy Fair during the drought of '88. It only rained 3 days during the Elroy Fair. It always does.
1-2 to Malia. Going to be lifted to left and over the head of Maggie Callahan, and a leadoff double for Malia Colo, and she's going to round second, head to third, and a leadoff triple for Malia Colo with nobody out here in the home 4th inning. Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen within just 1 week. Countertops, backsplashes, flooring, cabinets, and everything else you find in your kitchen. Stone Innovations takes care of it all for you, from fabrication, design, and installation. For your next kitchen or bathroom, look to Stone Innovations in Plover. If Jags was here, he would say that, yeah, I'll use Stone Innovations because they just did did his bathroom and did all of his stuff at his house. But appreciate our friends over at Stone Innovations. RBI ground out there for Lydia Smits. Another run across for the Royals here in the 4th inning. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Kerry Van Ert. State Farm on auto, homeowners, renters, and more for both Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield. Find Kerry Van Ert State Farm on Facebook to get started today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's good to have a good singer. Maddie Abbott.
I'm getting grief again.
Maddie Abbott will get a chance at the plate for Assumption, hitting for Ari Kavanaugh. There's a strike to Maddie at the knees, and it's 0-1. Maddie puts in her time, puts in her work as a courtesy runner for Ava Schill, and have an opportunity to swing a bat here, play the 5th inning in left field. The 0-1. Just misses a bit high and in maybe, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either, too. Steve's on the ball.
1 ball, 1 strike. So Maddie Abbott popped up. Look out back here right behind us and hits the top of the press box. Top of the shed, top of the area we are in, and it's 1-2.
Now batting number 14, Maddie Abbott.
1 ball, 2 strikes to the junior Maddie Abbott. One heck of a volleyball player. Off speed, misses outside. Count runs 2-2. For the best in recreational or hunting properties in Wisconsin, call our buddy Brian Roosh with Whitetail Properties to share your goals, and Brian can tell you where and how to make it a reality. Call at 715-213-4468, 715-213-4468. Misses a low to Abbott. Count runs full to Maddie. Ball game just over about an hour old or so. First pitch is at 4:30. We're at 5:45. Steve Maves, Joe Anderson of Robinson Park here in Wisconsin Rapids. And Maddie Abbott draws a 1-out walk. Now back to the top of the order in Kristen Casey. Again, this will be, no matter what, the final game here at Robinson Park this spring for high school. Appreciate everyone helping us out all spring long. I mentioned it earlier, one of the games we did here, it was like 45 degrees and windy and cold, and you play for those games to play for these games, 90 degrees and a perfect Tuesday afternoon.
Getting a chance to work with the Jim Nance of Zaleski Sports and Steve Mays. I'm very flattered. Thanks for letting me work with you today, sir.
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah. You kept me from potting plants for my wife this afternoon.
The season is winding down, fewer and fewer teams, and depending on how things go, depending on what Joe's schedule is like, we might have to send him to Oliva tomorrow. So,
send me to New Lisbon.
Well, tomorrow there's baseball, and then
right.
Thursday there's
I'm
softball.
Yeah, I'm available.
All right. Only if Columbus Catholic wins.
Right.
In baseball, we don't.
Right. Correct.
Don't know much about Blair Taylor or or Oliva, so 2 on now.
That's going to bring up Anna Schooley. Anna on the afternoon is 2 for 3 with a double, a triple, and 3 RBIs.
And we'll see if Haley Zimmerman's – no, maybe not. Score update from Fire Pro Field, I think, in Plover. It's Chippewa Falls 5 and Spash 3. They started their game at 5 o'clock. They're in the second inning. And Haley Zimmerman will see her high school career, in the circle anyway, come to an end as Yaboa will come in the circle for the Columbus Catholic Dons. Again, there's Joe has followed her for a long time, but there's not many other words, I guess, that you can describe Haley other than passionate, down to earth, and just a wonderful young athlete, and even a better, younger young lady. So
I made the comment about Haley when she played basketball on several of her games, and you'd watch Haley, and you knew she was a steady player, and she did a lot of good things and made good comments. And then you looked at the scorebook at the end of in the stats, like she had 20 points and she had 10 rebounds, and she's just one of those unsung. Doesn't make a lot of glamour in the sense, but she's a very solid player.
Yep, as Joe mentioned earlier in the broadcast, heading down to Iowa State in the fall. Cyclones down there, I believe. And kudos to her, and best of luck and best wishes to Haley Zimmerman here from Columbus Catholic, as her job's not done yet. She's still playing first base, but done in the circle after having one of the best years, if not the best year, as a pitcher in Columbus Catholic softball history. Just swing and a miss by Anna Schooley. Eastern Clover Belt Conference Player of the Year. Again, as historic as this season is, even more so, I believe, is that mark, as Columbus Catholic Don is a softball Player of the Year for high school softball.
Just a very good overall athlete and good person. You can't help but like Haley Zimmerman.
1 ball and 1 strike to Anna Schooley.
I got some quick numbers on Haley. We'll wait for after this pitch.
2 on, 1 out. Yaboa wheels and deals. Foul straight back.
I have Haley Zimmerman 3 1/3, 10 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 12 runs were scored in her time in the circle.
And Joe had mentioned it earlier that she only had a handful of strikeouts, and she's usually up around that 8, 9, 10 mark.
And only 2 today.
Yep. 1 and 2 to Anna Schooley. Off-speed hit foul. Look out over there, Charlie.
And Akusia Yaboa, she's going to be, no doubt, will be the starting pitcher next year for Columbus. She looks so intimidating if you can see on your screen. She wears those. And it's nicest person you ever want to, pleasant and well-mannered, but she puts those sunglasses on and that matte face mask, and I wouldn't want to step in the box and face her pitching me.
Misses high for ball 2 and 2. And they're not just the usual sunglasses. They got big frames on them. And
mirrored.
Yeah. 2-0 Columbus Catholic over Blair Taylor there in the 4th inning. High school baseball from Jack Hackman Field. Kale Jacoby calling that one. That was going to be lifted to left. Back on it is Callahan, and that will send, no, it's going to hit the bottom of the wall. Abbott will turn and score. Kristen Casey right on her tail. 2 more across for the Assumption Royals, and it's 14-0. Thought Anna Schooley was going to send the Royals to New Lisbon on a 3-run home run. And now we'll have Riley Stubloski. Stubloski hitting. With so much of our lives running on the internet these days, choosing a provider you can rely on has become more important than ever. As a local company, Solaris sees their customers as neighbors and not just numbers. You can trust their fiber delivers the fastest, most reliable, and most advanced internet experience in town. Visit Solaris.net. Riley Stubloski hitting for Ava Schill. Now it's going to be knuckled to first. Yaboa bobbles it. Schooley's going to turn, and the Royals are going to head to a sectional final with a 15-0 win over the Columbus Catholic Dons. That'll do it here in Wisconsin Rapids, I believe.
Let's hold on. See, sometimes these sectional games are a little bit different as far as scores.
And that'll do it.
It will.
The Assumption Royals advance to a sectional final, 15-0 over the Columbus Catholic Dons this afternoon. We'll have an opportunity in our Heartland Farms postgame show to talk to Charlie Nelson and maybe talk to the seniors here as well in their final home game from Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids. We'll be back after this in just a moment here on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports broadcast of high school softball. As this afternoon, the Royals of Wisconsin Rapids Assumption with the 15-0 win in 4 innings. The Dons' season comes to an end. You look at the pitching lines for Columbus quickly. Haley Zimmerman in her final pitching appearance, 3 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and responsible for 14 of the runs that were scored. Kusia Yaboa faced 2 batters in the bottom of the 4th, 1 hit and 1 run scored. The Royals with 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 6 in the third, and 4 here in the fourth, shutting out the Dons. Ava Schell, the pitcher for the Royals on the afternoon, struck out, obviously no runs, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, and no walks. So Ava Schell gets the win here for the Royals. And the Royals will advance to play.
Royals on 3, 1, 2, 3.
They will advance to play.
Whoever wants to talk.
They will advance to play in New Lisbon, and it's either going to be Seneca or Hillsborough. And right now we had Hillsborough. Seneca actually leading Hillsborough.
We'll go all the way over here.
In our last update that we had. We're going to turn it over to Steve Maves, and he will bring you the Nasonville Area Postgame show. I want to give quick shout-outs to the 2 seniors for Columbus, Sierra Deeringer and to Haley Zimmerman. Thank you for a great season and good memories of softball broadcasting Columbus. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Steve Maves for the Nasonville Dairy Postgame show.
Good? All right. Welcome back here to Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids here with one of the co-head coaches, Rob Schell. Coach, probably the most well-rounded start-to-finish game that I've seen you guys play this year.
I would agree. You know, our defense and our pitching has been solid all year, but I thought our approach at the plate today was the best we've been all year. Zimmerman's a fantastic pitcher. Great changeup, good location. I thought we really figured it out after the first inning, how to sit on that change, how to identify that change, when to swing at it and when not to. Super proud of the girls. We've been working hard on this part of our game. We really have, and it came together today.
A long weekend, obviously after game against Port Edwards, at graduation parties, holiday yesterday. What did you think of the girls coming out here and getting the job done early?
You know, it started yesterday at practice. We were proud of them, and the seniors initiated themselves to take the team for breakfast this morning. They knew, and we talked about it a lot Thursday and Friday. There was a lot of stuff going on last week, and it was hard to stay focused. But boy, I'll tell you, starting yesterday at 3 o'clock, boy, they were all locked in.
You mentioned it just in the huddle here. Charlie did Final 8. What does that mean to you, and what does that mean to this team?
You know, it's just a special group. You know, we talked about it yesterday, win, lose, or draw. You know, how many people can say they've been in the Final 16 2 years in a row and now in the Final 8? And we talked about it before this game. This is the last time this group gets to play together on this field. Yeah. So, yeah, it means a lot. It's been a fun group, obviously, for some of them all the way from 10U, so it's special.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. See you in New Lisbon on Thursday. Thank you. Bring in our Zaleski Sports Player of the Game, Anna Schooley. Anna, just talked to Coach about it. Start to finish, you guys played well, all well-rounded. Just talk about coming into this game and getting the job done.
Yeah, we've seen them before, and we knew that they were going to be very good hitters and have a solid defense behind the pitchers. And I think we knew that we had to play our best, and I think we all did that, and I'm really proud of them all.
You guys finally clicking, obviously off and on all year. You play a game, you have 5 days off because of rain. You guys finally clicking at the plate at the right time. Just talk about the approach that you guys have had.
Yeah, I think we all have our ups and downs in hitting, and I think when one person's low, then another person's high, and I think that's what makes our team very well-rounded and, yeah, makes us compete.
A Final 8, I guess Elite 8, as they say in basketball. Just talk about what that means to you and these girls, knowing that you're one game again away from going to Madison.
Yeah, I feel very special and proud that we're able to be here, and I know a lot of people never experience that in their life, and so our coaches always remind us that it's very important, and it's awesome that we're even able to be here.
Yeah, we're going to put you in the house, all right? Are you ready for these hooligans over here?
Oh, gosh.
All right. All right. Go ahead.
I'm Anna Schooley, and I'm in the house.
Thank you, Anna. All right. We're done. We're going to sign things off here from Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids. The final time here at Robinson Park in 2023. We'll follow the Assumption girls to New Lisbon on Thursday to await the winner of Seneca and Hillsborough. For my good friend Joe Anderson, this is Steve Maves signing off. Have a great rest of your week, everyone. We'll talk to you again on Thursday from New Eastman High School right here on Zaleski Sports.